Hello, friends. So, Bible study, NIV, chapter 23. And I'm going to start at 40. And I am going to go to 46. So again, it's a sensitive topic because we are talking about the death of Jesus. He has already been crucified. He's up there. Where the back part of it, backstory part is the people are mocking him. Aren't you the son of God? Can't you just get yourself down from the cross? What's the the son of God means he can defy all forms of physics, I guess. When that's not really at all what they're talking about. So, manipulating the molecules is one thing, because clearly he can do that, water into wine, and, expanding the amount of food in the food basket. But that's not the same thing as having superpowers, and somehow he's just supposed to, shoot the iron out of his body or something. I don't know what they were expecting. Physics does take place. So... one of the people who's being crucified up there, he's crucified. There's two other people up there, so there's the three, like we get to see in all the traditional stuff, in the movies and all that good stuff. One of them that's up there with him decides to insult him too, which is just stupid. I mean, you're up there serving the same fate. So I don't know why, if you're up there serving the same fate, you think you can throw shade. But there are people that are like that. You find them in the world. Even they don't make any sense to me either. So I don't know what's wrong with them. So. Verse 40, but the other criminal rebuked him. Don't you fear God, he said, since you are under the same sentence? We are punished justly, for we are getting what our deeds deserve. But this man has done nothing wrong. Then he said, Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus answered him, I tell you the truth. Today, you will be with me in paradise. It was now about the 6th hour, and darkness came upon the whole land until the 9th hour. For the sun stopped shining, and the curtain of the temple was torn in two. Jesus called out with a loud voice, Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. When he said this, he breathed his last breath. So, firstly, the fact that he's actively dying. I mean, because that's what's going on. I mean, he's being hung by nails on a cross for telling the truth in a way that upset the powers that be for 6 to 9 hours. That's my brain can't even conceive of the level of pain and suffering that he must have been enduring at that time. And during that whole time, even with that, he offers grace and compassion, and his first full, immediate act of saving somebody, where the payoff is immediate. This man up on the cross, rebuking the other man, has enough faith that even in that moment, with anything else going on and all the suffering that he's going through, he knows at least one soul. There's an immediate gratification of one soul is going up there with me. Because they're, dying from the same thing, but for two very different reasons. And that compassion in that moment, the capacity for compassion in that moment, because how much can the rest of us say? that we are that way, that when we are frustrated with something in our life, when we're going through some sort of pain and suffering, when something is going wrong in our life and somebody is coming to us and needing grace and compassion, can we just meet it? Can we just give them what they need? Can we stop worrying about whatever it is that we have going on to unconditionally give forgiveness, grace, and compassion to someone else who's right in front of you, when other things when you have your own things to worry about? That's the Immaculate Heart. And that is really what we're supposed to all be trying to emulate. So let's take this moment to really stop and think about that and what that means, and if we can emulate that and how well we can. The other part in here is, note that even in death, as he's done, breathing his last breath, he is specifically committing his soul to heaven in that last breath. Because our life is meant to be one big moving prayer. How many people can you help today? How many situations can you improve? How many systems can you make better for the whole? What can you do to make the world a better place? Who can you help that you can help make the world a better place? So that in that moment, you know that your soul is going to go to heaven. But even when you feel like you still have to keep recommitting yourself. Right? Because even he needed to recommit himself in that last moment, because he had doubts while he was up there. And then he got a reminder of why he was doing it in the first place, with that man defending him and showing him faith in that moment. So let's try to help everybody we can today, okay? Let's try to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be, and let's see how many people we can help have a better life too.